Hiya! Welcome back to the channel. And the observant amongst you might have spotted that pitch black at the moment. Not much going on screen. And the reason for that is because this is yet another headlight video. So I'm thinking of changing the channel name to Tim Fucks About With Headlights, something like that. Anyway, we are in the other C1 and I will now show where we're going with this. This is the headlights. Yes. Which look brighter than they are because the camera has got used to the dark. So now it's focused a bit. You can see that that is the headlights. And they are just the standard light bulbs. Halogen H4, Citroen C1 lights. And if I reverse around here and show the extent of just how good these lights are, you will see that the answer is not particularly good. So what am I going to do in this video? Well, you might guess by the title. I'm going to test some other lights, and instead of going with like what I've done in the past, I've tried multiple LED lights and 100-watt light, which are all technically illegal. I mean, there's worse laws to break, but they are all technically illegal. And in the other videos where I've fitted them on the BMW and the other C1, I mean, I have gone for the ones that do give at least a beam pattern, as I've tried to show, but they're still, nevertheless, technically illegal. So this video anyway, with this car, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try some Nightbreakers. I'm going to try and get a good comparison of how the Nightbreakers compare, which are legal, the right wattage, all that kind of shit. They're just meant to be 1.5 or 2 times as bright or something. So the idea of this video is just to find that out and see if, when we put them in, there's a chance of being able to see the direction of which we're travelling in, which would be a novelty. So, before that there is something else to do. And that is to simply clean and polish the lenses, because obviously if the lenses are all misted up and fucked up, the light isn't going to escape from the light as well, so it's not going to work as well. So I'm going to try doing this first, and this is just some Meguiars. It's proper headlight stuff, this, and it seems to work quite well. So I'll put some of that shit on, nice and liberally. And I mean, I polished these before using this kit, funnily enough, but they were a while ago, and so when you polish them, you do take the protective coating off so they can mist up again, like this has, unfortunately. So I'm going to give this a bit of a polish. So I spread it around a bit first so it doesn't go everywhere. And then just proceeding as necessary until it's shiny again. Which looks to work actually surprisingly fast. Now I need to wipe it off with a rag. Unfortunately I haven't got a rag, so I'll have to use some of my best boxers, but it's okay because it'll probably wash out. Let's see what we're left with. And I think for like a 5-minute job, cannot complain about that. As you can see, the yellow in a lot of it's gone. That's pretty effective. Like I said, that's just taking me like less than 5 minutes to do that light. Anyway, better do the other side, and then we'll wait until, well, it's October, so we'll wait until about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon when it's pitch black, and go and test the shitter again. And this that is especially sick. I don't know how long that's been there, probably since I fixed the car after the monkeys got hold of it, but that's been there for a while and it's not fallen out, so it's a good place to store your socket sets and extensions if you are looking for somewhere on a C1. So now we've completed the other side and we've got that to a satisfactory level of shininess, which, you know what, this took about 5 minutes. Like I said, that stuff, that Meguiars shit, is pretty impressive. It took me longer to wipe the polish off the rest of the car, than it did for actually polishing the headlights. So let's go and test the shitters. And we are back in the same location to test not the new bulbs, but the cleaned lights. Yeah! Woo! And they actually, right, I mean, I've just driven it, so I can tell you if they've worked or not, or if the thing has worked. But yes, it has worked. The lights are now lights to a point where they actually light up the area in front of the vehicle. Didn't think it was going to be that effective actually, but cleaning the lights or polishing the lights has made very much difference. Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I didn't think it'd do that much. So anyway, let's go and test. Or let's next install the new bulbs, which haven't come yet, so I'm going to have to wait until tomorrow, but you won't have to wait long. Yes, so here we are. We have now got the bulbs I'm going to fit. And as you can see, if it's not too reflective, because that's shining in my eyes pretty bright, but the Osram Night Breakers, and they give up to 100% light of sunshine by the look of that, and up to 130 metres. And it is measured in metres because Hergestellt in Deutschland. So I don't know if you want to read any of this shit. It looks like it doesn't really mean anything actually, but there is stuff there if you want to pause it and read it. But this is all I'm interested in, that bit. So brightness, more. Distance, more. Light colour, same. Lifetime, less. But I think I probably knew that was going to be the case. So let's fit the shitters. Oh, you know what I'm going to do actually? I'm going to fit one first and see if we can tell the difference side by side. So for now, I'm going to change the left one, and I'm going to try and film the process here as how to change the bulbs on these, which I've done before but not very well, and this probably isn't going to be very well either because it's quite October tonight. It's very fucking windy, and that's stuck. That shitter is stuck on the bulb. That should just pull off, but I might have to pull the bulb out first and then pull it off because it's not coming off as easy as it should do. So if we look down there, you see at the bottom we have got, or is it at the top on this? It might be at the top. Oh yeah, it's at the top. So I don't know if you can hear anything I'm saying because I can't hear myself because, like I said, it's very windy. But you can see that there. That's it. Focus. Focus. Now that is behind the hook, and I need to unhook it off of where it is. So I'll have to set the full bulb out with this attached to it. Yes. Now this isn't going to come off very easy because without the plug off, this doesn't want to let go of the bulb. You know, the plug is in the way. But now, when I've got that off, I can try and wiggle it a bit more to get the shitter off the bulb because it seems to have soldered itself together. And that was pretty much impossible to film, but with it disconnected from here, I could get hold of the bulb and wiggle it a bit and just work it backwards and forwards a bit more and get the plug off. Normally you just wiggle the plug with the bulb in place and the headlight holds the bulb for you while you pull the plug off. But this one hasn't been changed for a very long time, it seems. So let's get the new one and put that shitter in. Let's try do a comparison of the two, but I don't think there's much to see. Slightly different shape, and the end of that penis is silver and the end of that penis is like a brown colour. So let's put it in. Now this is where you've got to be careful, right, not to touch the glass. But if you touch the glass, let's find the hole. Line it up nice and carefully. I'll turn my phone around. Better. Or not. But you'll see that there's 3 lugs for it to line up against. And then you put that in. And if you see that shitter there, that little piece of metal, try and film it, but I'm not very good at this shit. But there now, it hooks into that. So there's a little hook that holds onto that, And then get her with Johnny and put it back on. Even though it's all inside out and shit. Let's turn it the right way out first. So now we put our Johnny cover back on. Also nice and carefully. Push it into place. Like so. So it's got maximum protection. And then it's nice, it's a ribbed style, that one, by the looks of it. And then if you see those pins up there, just plug into this plug. The same way on the new bulb as it did on the old bulb. So let's go and see if it's any different. Yes. And the answer is actually, undoubtedly yes. They are. Oh, that one, the new one, that's the old shitter, that's the new one. That one is definitely brighter. And it takes a different colour, it's a bit more white as well, but I think that's just because, well, it's brighter. So let's put the other one in and then see what sort of beam we get. And in perfect honesty, right, I should have filmed this side because there is more room around the light. So I'll try filming this side and see if it's any better than the other side. And then leave both in so you can decide which side is better to watch on how to do the bulb. This bulb is also seized onto there. Might need both hands to put, yes. Yes. Put Johnny off. And then move that out of the way so we can see what we're doing. Right, if we look in there, see that releases the bulb in a sensible manner. Fitting the new bulb is just a reversal of removing the old one. I was trying not to chop it in the process because it's a new bulb. So it matters more if you fuck it up. Now you need to make sure that it's located properly when you're putting it back in, because otherwise you're going to have like a fucked up beam pattern, and you probably won't be able to see where you're going as well, and at the same time you'll also be dazzling other people more than likely, but most importantly you won't be able to see where you're going as well. So make sure your bulb's in right, and if it's in right you should have a beam pattern like this, which you can test if you drive up against the wall like I'm doing. So let's see if the bulbs are actually any better. If it shows on the camera they are better, I mean I can tell you that they're better already. Yeah, they're definitely better. So let's park in the same place I parked before to test them. Let's see. Oh yeah, we didn't test it. Oh fucking hell, that would have been a bit of a stupid idea, wasn't it? I forgot they're H4s that I'm changing. I should have tested the main beam comparison as well, but this is a missus's car and I don't think she ever uses main beam anyway. So let's see. We've got a fucking tornado going on. I don't know if that will show up on the camera, but it is significantly brighter than the bulbs that I've taken out. It's not like the LEDs that I was using before. Sorry, not before. In the other car, in the other C1, I've got the LEDs. It's not as bright as them, but it is brighter. It's not as bright as his lights, but it is brighter than the original bulbs, definitely. So for just under 15 quid, I would say that they're actually quite impressive and fully road legal. The only question is how long are they going to last? Because I've heard stories where these don't last very long. I fitted Phillips Racing Vision to a Volvoid and my mates, and they didn't last very long at all, but Volvos do tend to have the lights on all the time, so you can't turn them off. And another way I can tell that these are brighter, definitely brighter, is because before I cleaned the headlights and had the old bulbs in, when you was driving under street lamps, you couldn't see the light on the floor. The street lamps were fucking brighter than the light on the floor, so it was like you turn your lights off to see if your lights were on, right? You turn your lights on thinking that they're not on when you're driving the car, and now you can clearly see that the lights are on. So that is much better. So anyway, I think that's all for this one. I think I've rattled on about bullshit long enough. So don't forget to like, comment, check out my other videos, all the usual shit. Check out my Instagram, and I'll see you next time.